an adoptee who has children or is planning to have children, you may wonder, what types of questions do your kids ask about adoption? And if you're new here, hi, my name is Melissa. I'm an adoptee and adoption educator. And it's probably easy to guess the number one question: why were we adopted? And that one was pretty easy to answer with age appropriate information. But what I didn't expect was the follow-up statements and conversation that happened after, where my kids just started naturally talking about it and saying that they are very glad that they aren't adopted, because then they would have never met me, and that would make them really sad if they didn't have me, their biological mom, in their life. Another question that they ask is, well, why can't my birth family in Colombia visit? Then there's the questions about the family structure. Who in our family are they actually related to by blood? Is my brother my biological brother? Who are his biological parents? Why I wasn't adopted with my two eldest sisters. But I think the most difficult thing for me is seeing the loss of adoption and how that has affected my children. They get really upset sometimes that they can't speak Spanish and speak to my birth family in Colombia. And I think the biggest thing is that they were heartbroken when they couldn't come in November to visit my birth mom and their uncles and aunt. And as an adoptee, these are all complex topics for me, for someone who is at the direct end of it. But it's interesting to see these questions come up and my kids' reactions and their emotions. And it definitely helps me have more empathy for adoptive parents. But it's also very healing, because it allows me to kind of facilitate the conversations that I wish I had had with my parents as kids. From as young as my kids can remember, they knew that I was adopted. There was no question about it. There is no shame involved. There's just a lot of questions and acceptance, but also grief there. And because we have the support of one another and this open line of communication, they know that they can ask me anything at any time. I might not have an answer right away, but I always will talk to them about it and give them the information in age-appropriate ways. Because I was adopted, but it's part of their story. It's part of their history. And they deserve support and understanding, and also just guidance as they try to understand it all.